Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the OK Grognard Show. It is Monday, October 19th, 2020, 10 a.m. Central, in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Well, it's Monday. That means it's weekly news and announcements day. We're all very excited here at the show. We did have somebody who got the giveaway. We haven't sorted out all the details yet. They've accepted, but we haven't gone through the process to actually give them a badge yet. So rather than jinx it, yeah, it's a real thing. I'm just gonna leave it be. Leave it be until it's a given away giveaway. I see Henry Armitage is here. Right on. How you doing, Bob? Thanks for swinging by today. Appreciate that. There's usually a few stragglers coming in a little later, so we will say our hellos as they join us. It's a lazy Monday, right? Weekly news and announcements. We're going to deal with some GameHole Con stuff, and that's just about all we got for today. Because, I don't know, Halloween's coming up. There's some stuff we could talk about there, I suppose. Let's look at this. What do we got here? GameHole Con 8 has gone virtual, as most people know, but let's just emphasize it because, here, let's get my mic out of the shot. Let's emphasize it because we don't know if everybody knows everything. I certainly don't. Why, people can tune in every day at 10 a.m. to find out how little I know. That's a thing. So, yeah, this is, let's make that bigger. Move it up a little bit. I think it looks better up there. Yeah? Huh? Fancy now, right? Moving stuff around. GameHole Con. So what do we got going here? Let me see. I'm going to pull this over here. And I don't have to full screen this. I'm all right with these various bookmarks and whatnot. All right, let's go back to the other screen. It's just that simple. Because then we can look at the schedule. So there was a ton of stuff available. I signed up right away on Thursday when they opened up registration. I had a bunch of stuff that I had on wish lists that I wanted to guarantee I would get. Let's see, what do we got here? Thursday, here's my schedule on the left. I don't know if that's visible. Let's see. We'll make it a little bigger. That's big enough, and we can see the whole thing still. November 5th, Thursday. Of course, doing the show. It'll stretch out to a 50-minute show because that'll allow us to fill an hour of their schedule. They don't have things on the half hour, so. And you stop 10 minutes before the top of an hour where you're ending so people can negotiate their path to their next adventure and whatnot. What is this? Ship of the Damned. I've got at 12, so I've got an hour in between. Grab a bite to eat, and then I've got a pretty full schedule the rest of the day, which is cool. Ship of the Damned. What's going on here? Why is that not popping up when I click on it? Did it get removed? No, there it is. Okay. All right. You can't just right-click open a new window, apparently. But we'll see. All right. Noon to 4. Andrew Perry. He's doing this after you explore the original starship and return to the Grand Duchy of Joff. So it's a Greyhawk adventure. It is a first edition. Number of players 8. Available tickets 6. Well, I've got one, so Is that how many are left available? That doesn't seem right either. What's up with their... Maybe I just don't... Not used to their events thing. Let's go to their full calendar again. We'll go to... Why is this? I don't get it. It doesn't like opening in a new tab, apparently. So be wary of that. Well, look at this. I'm clicking on events. Alright. Let's just do Thursday. Oop. Let's do any day. Just do Thursday. Start times. Anytime we'll just do noon. That'll get us Mount Village, the Damned. Now what does it say here? 6 of 8 tickets left. Okay, so that 6 was a correct number. Into wish list, so there's a couple people that have it on wish list that haven't put it through yet. But there's not a ton of first edition games, so I grabbed this right away. But Andrew Perry is pretty well known as a very good DM, and he's become, I believe, a pretty good online DM too, from what I've heard about how his games go. Characters are all between 8th and 14th level, so a high level first edition game. It's kind of a continuation of Barrier Peaks. Now, I couldn't jump into... Did I get into later ones? I don't think I did. I did get into some other crazy crap, though. Good crazy crap. Empire of the Petal Throne. James Mazalewski, famous old school Renaissance blogger. You can look him up and see some of his stuff. You know what? Let's do it now. Why not? We got a little time. We got a lot of time. Let's do D&D or RPG. Pop that up here. Product lists on RPG Net. We'll see some of the stuff he's worked on. Dwimmermount, you might have heard of that. He's got stuff in other systems. D&D Osarda, Cursed Chateau. A lot of D20 stuff here. Boom, boom, boom. D20 3.5, so that was 3.0. This is 3.5. D20 Modern, Exalted, Generic, GURPS, Heaven and Earth, Hunter, Labyrinth Lord, a couple of things, including Dwimmermount in that system. Crazy how much stuff he's worked on. I didn't even realize how much stuff he's worked on. It's a ton. Busy guy, good guy. Barsoom. So here is Empire of the Petal Throne system being run by John Till, or rather John Carter of Mars. It's a 2D20. It's part of this Tech-A-Mall track. That's why I'm getting this. A bunch of guys have banded together and submitted their events together as a way of... Henry Armitage says, "Man, I remember taking a lot of damage from the boxing robot in Barrier Peaks." Yeah, you and me both, right? I think everybody has a story about how that robot punched the lights out of a bunch of people. A couple available tickets left for this. John Carter of Mars RPG. This should be pretty fun too. Let's move me over to our Friday schedule. I'm pretty free in the afternoon, but don't forget I usually play board games with Tom Wam and potentially one or two others on Fridays after the show. So, and that can go, it can go for a while. So I like to leave some time open for that. I'm doing the show again as part of this. So it's a 50-minute building adventures, a very special building adventures. Jacallan Underworld, again, this is part of the Tech-A-Mall track. This one, Victor Raymond, though, he's running it. He's like the king of Empire of the Petal Thrones in Madison. So this is going to be fun. I keep trying. Every year, I try to get into a game of his at GaryCon, and every year something thwarts me. So this year, of course, it was a worldwide pandemic. Oops. Isn't that a thing? So Friday night, 7 to 11, a nice 4-hour Empire of the Petal Thrones game. Number of available tickets, 0. Okay, this one's full. Sorry to tease you. Thursday, that was Friday evening. Saturday, running the show. GM reviews, 50 minutes. A very special GM reviews. I'm just saying that every time now, right? Let's see. We've got my 1 o'clock game in steading with the Giants. Let's see. Let's see how full it is. Well, it's half full. 3 available tickets. So it's first edition. It is a continuation of what was run first at Greyhawk Con and then at Autumn Revel. Looks like Sarah and George are both signed up, and Matt Murbach. Oh, cool. Okay, he signed up for one of the ones. So we've got 3 returning players. That'll be cool. And some of the rest of you, if you're going, I mean, sign up for stuff. Don't feel, don't feel obligated to sign up for my stuff. But if you're looking for first edition stuff, you may want to grab my thing just because there's not a ton of other stuff. Dirk Collins running his OD&D big game, available tickets 5 out of 6. Am I the only one signed up? What's going on with that? That's crazy. Sarah, not signed up? Maybe you'll watch this later. Oh no, you're here. Already filled your schedule, but you're not in Dirk's thing on Saturday night? Did you not enjoy that on their previous thing? Mark rubs a good game. See, now that just sounds wrong, George. Oh, runs a good game. See, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Although both are true. Oh, you're on Fridays on the OD&D game? Cool. Yeah, I had to get into that. I had to get into that Friday night Tech 'em All game, so my my juggling left me doing it the other way around. And then Sunday, running the show, rules retrospective, 50 minutes, a very special rules retrospective. And then in steading with the Giants on Sunday, half full again. Sarah, oh, you're doing both, huh, Sarah? Okay. Eric Vogel and Mark Malow. Eric Vogel, I know from online. Mark Malow. I wonder if if that's just a shortened version of a name I already know. Let's have a quick look here and see. I wonder if that's short for Mark Maloney. I don't know. Maybe it's his whole name. Doing a quick Google search, looking for anybody that has. I'll do this with players. When I see players sign up for my stuff, I'll double check and see if they're Facebook friends, which a lot of times I already know they are before I check, but it's hard to keep track of everybody in this day and age, especially when some people you've only met online, for instance. Sometimes it's tough to place people, and they use 3 or 4 different names in different places. The one thing about Facebook is usually, not always, but very often they will be using their real name or close to it. Right, Artanis? Everybody else will be on Discord with some crazy name. Evil Lord God Exalted of the High Priests of the Firmament is my friend Jill, who's actually very nice in real life, but will slaughter you on the game table. So watch out. She takes no prisoners, and that just you feel attacked. I'm sorry, did I trigger you, Artanis? I feel bad now. Got to clear them giants. Yeah, right on. Sunday is the day, she declares with, hey, you may wipe everything out on Saturday. Now, don't forget, Steading of the Hill Giant Chief was but one of 3 adventures in that series. You guys are clearing out the Steading right now, but there are all kinds of giants all over up in those mountains that need to be dealt with. So this is an ongoing sandbox of, shall we say, of Gygaxian proportions. Once you deal with this Steading, there's a lot more to do. So this is an ongoing sandbox that you'll continue to jump in games for going forward at different times for different online conventions. I think we'll keep this version of it discreet from anything I might run in on the tabletop at, say, GaryCon or whatever. So we'll do that. There are more giants, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to get all Bubba Gump Shrimp Company on you, but you got hill giants, you got fire giants, you got frost giants, you got cloud giants, you got storm giants, you got shrimp giants, which are really just human beings claiming to be giants. That's why they're called shrimp, because they're only human size. You've got every kind of giant you can imagine, and let's throw a few Etten in there. Let's get that 2-headed giant thing going. Let's not forget about their giant kin, if you will, ogres and other large Formorians, or those distorted giants that are. I mean, I don't even want to scare you like this, but I don't know if I have a choice. I got to tell you what's going on, right? Otherwise, how will you know? How will you know how dangerous it is if I don't give you a heads up now? Well, there you go. Anyway, that's my schedule over there, and that's just by way of saying I wanted to check my schedule, and so I did it as part of a show because now it's a write-off. I'm kidding. I'm not really writing stuff off. That's not how it works anyway. I just wanted to check that out, and also to give other people that have been. I mean, I know giving away 16, 18 badges, something like that. So there's a bunch of you. Hopefully you've signed up for stuff and you've got stuff going and you're ready to go. There's a ton of 5th edition. There's a ton of other stuff, Pathfinder. There's some crazy Call of Cthulhu stuff. There's all sorts of stuff to do. Check out systems you've never played before. If there's anything you had an inkling about that you haven't tried before, do it at conventions all the time, because unlike doing it, say, locally, where you might get people that are not used to the system and maybe don't show it in its best light, because they're learning too, and then that's great. You should do that if you want to, but I'm just saying, if you're new to a system and you play it at a convention, most of the time you're playing with somebody who is confident enough to be able to run it at a convention. That doesn't always mean they're going to be a good game master, but most of the time you're probably going to see the game in a good light. You're probably going to be able to enjoy it, and it's a planned scenario, so it's discreet. You probably, I mean, I say this as I just got done talking about how I'm running a sandbox. It just goes on and on, right? Most convention games are one shots, so you're going to get a chance to check them out in a kind of a bubble, right? You'll get to see a beginning, middle, and end sort of game. You may not be a low level character, although some games run at conventions are run precisely to be introductions to a game system. A lot of people that create their own game systems will run them at conventions as sort of demo games, get the word out about their own system, be it a completely new thing or some homebrew they've just been running for years and they always run at conventions. There's some people out there like that who are, local phenoms. Hey, what does everybody think of that cat at the top of the bookshelf up there? Has anybody ever noticed that up there? I guess a lot of times he's covered up. I always thought he was kind of freaky, which is I love this David L. Pancake background, by the way. I know I've got other stuff set up too, just in case. What did I have? Oh yeah, this one here, which is kind of fun too, right? Player's Handbook artwork from the original. But this Wizard Study artwork from David L. Pancake I really like it. I mean, this is like a perfect backdrop for a gaming show, a gaming stream, isn't it? I mean, it's not I've seen some, they have like the extended library, like you're looking down a row and there's shelves of books on both sides going back, and then there's, other stuff in the far back, and it gives depth to the set. This I might be too small. I probably for this I probably should be bigger. Right? Oh, I've got to open it up this way. Right? That's more in scale, right? But if we do that, then you got to see more of me, and I don't know if that's to your advantage. You probably need a saving throw for that. Ever get the feeling a lot of D&D is really about, oh yeah, killing things and taking their stuff is the heart of all D&D, my friend. Kill the giants. Fomorian were tough. Remember those from S4? Yeah, right? Well-placed feline representation. Thank you. Yeah, he did a good job of doing that. This is actually a much larger... I wonder if I can... The piece is actually bigger. Only, it's tall rather than wide, so... I'm just going to pop this over here. And because it's tall rather than wide, we only get to see a chunk of it. Let's do this. And let's do this. All right. There we go. There's our cat. All right, I've kind of got it cropped off at the top of his head because of the portrait or landscape nature of the window. And then I've got cut off at the bottom too, right? I've got just like the desktop or just above the desktop. For a while I was doing it with the full table in there, and then you couldn't see the cat. And I kind of, if you're going to include a portion of the cat though, you kind of got to get the cat's eyes in there to get the full cat effect. So I sort of did this other thing. I also thought about manipulating the image I have such that I could be seated behind this desk. I could sit back here and then whatever. But, nah. At the end of the day, I like having a portion of it. Mostly books. Obviously, this gives the appearance of there being a something for these books and the skull to be seated on. So, you got the lanterns always behind me, or the top end of it anyway. Barely. So there you go. That's how that goes. We talked about that. What else? News and announcements. We got a few more minutes. Looks good this way, right? Yeah, with just the cropped chunk of it. I think it looks fine. Do you have the Dread Necronomicon on the shelves? That might have been the one that was on the table. To be honest, let's shoot. Let me reopen that. Put it back up over there. Flip back over. Boom. It's going to take a second. See the one on the table? It almost looks like it has a keyhole on the top of it or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Most of these look like... I don't think most of these, especially in the upper right, those look more like modern books, right? Modern titles on the spines of books. Most of the ones in the middle and the ones stacked up on the table have the feel of maybe somewhat modern without the dust jackets on them in some cases. But most of these are books meant to be parts of collections. By the way they're bound, you can tell. But these ones in the upper right, off to the right here, I don't know if they're not more modern looking with their spines. And that's okay. Nobody said this has to be... this could be a Dresden wizard study, right? Especially with the skull, right? Isn't that, what's his name? Come back around. What was his spirit buddy's name who would give him information? Anybody a Dresden fan out there? We'll look it up. We'll remember it. We'll come back to it later in the week. Got to clear them giants. Sunday is the day. Okay, yeah, we looked at that. Saturday is conflicts. Oh, okay. That's not the first Sunday though, right? That's the first full weekend. Oh, look at this. David L. Pancake is live. Come join me for some art fun. How about that? Even as we talk about him, he starts up his stream. Yeah, if you're not doing anything after that, should we raid him? I don't know how to raid people. How do you raid people? Does anybody know how to do that? Anybody who's here? Bob the Skull, thank you. I was up in the higher up in the thing there. Haplo 22. Hey, you should pop in, Haplo, and give us a boy howdy, because we'll get you in on the weekly giveaway if you chime in on the stream chat while we're live, because that's a thing. Luxfire, Henry, Artanis. Is that everybody? Yeah, that's everybody. Alrighty. Okay. So I don't know how to set up a raid. Maybe I don't have the credentials. Maybe I'm not a big enough thing. Hey, I'm watching. I'm stuck at Frodchert. I don't know what that is. Getting my bi-monthly infusion. Oh, all right. Hey, stay safe there. Do your thing. Our thoughts are with you. To start a raid, type /raid by the name of the channel that you want to raid. Twitch presents to raid. The Twitch Presents channel. Only you and your channel editors can start a raid this way. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to open an extra window with a Twitch channel. I'm going to DL Pancake, all one word. DLP is uppercase. So, let's see. Let's try this. DLP. Oh, I got to do raid first. All right, we'll give it a go. Raid. Channel. Is it got to be in brackets? It kind of showed like it had to be in brackets. Well, you know what? I guess I got to sign off first, too, though, right? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say thanks to everybody for being here. I'm going to say, come on back tomorrow. We've got more shows tomorrow and every day at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, cartography and world building. I think we're going to get back to some world building stuff. I think we did 4 cartographies in a row to make up for all the non-cartographies. Wednesday, campaign discussion, GMing tips on Thursdays, building adventures on Fridays, GM reviews on Saturday, rules retrospective on Sunday, weekly news and announcements back around the horn next Monday. If you're catching up with us on YouTube, thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you would, please, and be sure and give us a thumbs up for any videos you're watching. And if you have some constructive criticism, please do leave a comment. It's always good to make the shows a little better. As little as possible is what they said at the... Yeah, okay. Anyway, this has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Bye-bye.